Alright, let's talk about the European Union. Yeah, that big mysterious club of countries you keep hearing about in the news. Picture this, 27 countries all with their own languages, governments and traditions, deciding it's better to work together than go it alone. That's the EU. It's not just one big super country, but a unique partnership where countries pool some of their powers for the greater good. So how does this actually work? At the core of the EU are a set of rules called treaties. The Maastricht Treaty from 1992 and the Lisbon Treaty from 2007 are basically the EU's instruction manuals. They explain who does what and how everyone's supposed to get along. One of the coolest things about the EU is supranational governance. That's just a fancy way of saying that countries allow the EU to make decisions for them in certain areas, like trade, environment, even the money used by the Eurozone. When the EU makes a rule in these areas, every member has to follow it, no exceptions. And then there's the single market. Imagine being able to live, work or study anywhere in the EU without having to jump through a million hoops. Goods, services, people and money can move around freely. That's a big deal if you're thinking about studying in Paris or working in Berlin. But who's actually running the show? It's not just one person or one office. The EU has several key institutions, each with its own job. The European Council is like the board of directors. It's made up of the leaders of every member country and it sets the big picture direction. The European Commission is more like the executive branch. They come up with new laws and make sure everyone's sticking to the rules. Then there's the Council of the European Union and the European Parliament. They're the lawmakers debating and approving those new rules. Fun fact, the Parliament is directly elected by the people of Europe, so it's got real democratic power. If you're worried about fairness, there's the Court of Justice. Their job, making sure everyone interprets EU law the same way. And of course, the European Central Bank looks after the euro, managing everything from inflation to interest rates. How does a new law happen? The Commission proposes it, the Parliament and the Council both have to agree, and only then does it become real. It's a process designed to balance national interest with what's best for the whole EU. Right now, in 2025, the EU's focused on simplifying how it works, making economic rules clearer, and finding smarter ways to spend money, especially with all the global challenges happening. So yeah, the EU can seem complicated, but at its heart it's about countries finding strength and unity, sharing power, and adapting to whatever tomorrow brings. If you've ever wondered how 27 countries can actually agree on anything, well, this is how they do it.